So when someone who is showing up in a relationship as avoidant says something like, nothing I ever do is enough for you, it's one of the most frustrating places to be for both people in this relationship, because the avoidant genuinely thinks, I'm doing everything I can, I'm giving all I've got, but they're thinking practically. They're showing up, they might be doing nice things for you, they are fixing things, providing maybe, and they're thinking, I'm doing all the right things, I'm not doing anything wrong, and they don't want to look at the emotional side of it. And meanwhile, the anxious person is like, I need connection, I'm being starved emotionally, I need you to see me. And both have a wound, right? Both have like opposing wounds, and until they both address these wounds, both feel very frustrated, like they're butting heads and they cannot seem to get on the same page. The avoidant needs to address their wound of shame, and they need to learn how to be with difficult emotions so that they can show up for their partner's difficult emotions, right? And when that person does that, the relationship becomes more emotionally safe. And then the anxious needs to learn how to self-soothe, I never know how to say this right, self-soothe, right? So that they can be with these difficult emotions themselves and not be so dependent on the other person seeing them, so that they can start to learn to validate themselves. But in the process of this, there's a lot of clashing, there's a lot of butting heads. Both people need to be willing to do the work on themselves. Otherwise, this clash keeps getting worse and worse, and more disconnection happens. If you want to do this work, you have to focus on your side of the street, because if you start to try to impose and force the other person to do it, they will pull further and further away. You have to take ownership for yourself and start knowing what you need, what you expect, and what you want the relationship to be, and start standing for that relationship. The relationship will either rise and meet you there, and this other person will start to meet you where you are, or the relationship will crumble and fall away. Either way, you have to be authentic to yourself, and you have to be able to say, I am standing for a relationship that is emotionally safe, healthy, where we can both grow.